Hello, welcome to your weekly Pick Your Crystal reading here at Soulprint Tarot. Thank you very, very much for being here. This is for the week of March 10th through the 16th. So I've chosen these three crystals for this week. This one is actually like a dusty rose, but I'm just going to call it rose. Okay. This is a seafoam green, and I'm calling it green. And this amethyst is really pretty with the white marbling. I'm calling this purple. Okay, so take a moment. It might be one pile, two pile, perhaps even all three piles that resonate with you or call out to you. Just take a moment, see which crystal or crystals you are drawn to. And let's get started. All right, here we go with the rose crystal. Two of Cups, Four of Pentacles, Three of Swords, the Fool. Okay, I'm liking this way. Alrighty. So, the Two of Cups is that card that talks about important unions. It's about balance in relationships. It is sometimes about reconciliation, coming to terms with. So, the Two of Cups is about closer connections. So sometimes it really can just be about a business connection or a friendship connection, but typically they're talking about connections that are important in our lives. They're significant. The Four of Pentacles is asking you to sort of hold. Very often the Four of Pentacles means that you might be overly cautious. Perhaps you are scared of loss. It is the Pentacles are a material symbol. Three of Swords. Three of Swords often can denote sadness, kind of a broken heart. Can also simply mean quarreling or separation, being very sad about being separated from someone. And the Fool, well, the Fool is about new chances, new beginnings, taking that leap of faith, but it also talks about literally not being foolish, right? Don't jump off a cliff if you don't know what's going to greet you at the bottom of the cliff kind of energy. So what is all this talking about? Well, it's talking about a couple of different sort of scenarios or energies. The first one that kind of comes to mind is a union. Now, this could have been a marriage, a relationship, it could even be a business partnership, but there's a union. And for whatever reason, that union is currently experiencing some sort of a trauma, a separation. There is energy connected here that brings sort of a sad kind of quality to the relationship. Perhaps you have decided to walk away from a relationship. Perhaps you have decided already to put the memories of a relationship behind you. And perhaps part of what sort of frustrates you or perhaps makes you hold on or have a hard time letting go of is a sense that you somehow sort of didn't get your fair share or things were withheld from you or that there was a significant feeling of loss, like a material loss. But the Three of Swords is not a permanent situation, okay? We heal from our broken hearts. Sometimes we heal quickly, sometimes it takes a long time, but we heal. And here comes the Fool. So the Fool is asking you, are you ready to take another chance? Are you ready to take that leap of faith? If you are, Fool cautions you to, step carefully, but to also be prepared to take that jump. That's sort of one set of energy here. Another set of energy could have to do with a coming together of two people, of energies. Perhaps there has been a separation and now you're coming back together. And, everybody is cautious. Everybody's kind of being a little bit careful because nobody wants to kind of get stomped on again, right? So there is a caution there. And again, the Fool is asking you, one, are you actually ready to return to a relationship? And if you are, make sure that you have resolved whatever issues from past relationships, past hurt, past loss. Make sure it's resolved, because you kind of want to go into any new relationship unencumbered, feeling literally like you could fly. You don't want to drag issues from a previous relationship into a new one. So this is a time where if you're thinking about, it would kind of be nice to actually have somebody in my life. I think I would like to draw that energy towards me. And remember this, everyone has the power and the ability to manifest a relationship. You have to be in a space where you are open to receiving that relationship. You have to be in a place where you are ready to walk beyond any hurt, any loss from previous experiences. You have to be ready to open your heart enough to take a chance. These cards are really talking about listening to your heart, listening to what you want. And even if this is a friendship, and even if this is a partnership, it really still is about honoring your emotions, honoring your feelings, recognizing the significance and the importance, but also recognizing that nobody gets through life unscathed from relationships. And there always needs to be a period of healing and sort of almost reconciliation within your own self before you really, really are actually ready to take that leap into a new relationship. All right. Let's take a look at the green. Such a pretty soft green. All right, here we go. Ace of Cups, the Lovers, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords. Well, all right. So the Ace of Cups can be about a new relationship, a new beginning, a new start. If you have chosen this crystal, I encourage you to look at the rose crystal just prior to this. In some ways, these cards feel like they very much could be the continuing story of. But here we are. We have the Ace of Cups. And so this is talking about, what are cups? They're love, they're emotions, relationships, it's creativity. The Ace is about new ones, new starts, new beginnings. It could be a new relationship. It could be a new love. It could be a new passion project. The Lovers is about a coming together. Coming together that at its best is balanced, is loving, is supportive. This energy, the energy of the Lover's card, allows you to move towards that situation. Perhaps you have started a new relationship. Perhaps you are still thinking about maybe starting one. Maybe you've met somebody and you're thinking, they're kind of interesting. Maybe I would like to get to know them a little bit better. This is the energy of the Lovers and the Ace of Cups. It's about, beginnings, starting new. Now, the Knight of Pentacles is, the Knight of Pentacles often will talk about kind of success, but that it can be a bit of a challenge. It can be a bit of a road ahead. It just doesn't get sort of handed to you. And certainly, if you are looking at a brand new relationship or contemplating one, considering one, recognize that it's a process. It is a process. It's not a whirlwind. This is not talking about whirlwind energies. This is talking about something that is solid, something that is real, but something that is going to take work. It's going to take a commitment on both sides. It's going to take two people having clarity and understanding about what they have to give and what they're able to receive and what that looks like for them. The Ace of Swords here is an interesting card because, very often the Ace of Swords represent kind of triumph over, in adversity. Sometimes it's about your own inner strength. Sometimes it is about, power. It can be about conflicts. It can be about ambition and thought and the energy of that. It can also have to do with legal matters. Is there a relationship that is starting? And you can see the potential of it growing. And is this Ace of Swords reminding you to perhaps guard your assets, guard your possessions, make sure that you are legally protected? I always say anybody over the age of, 23 or 24, when they go into a relationship, you need to make sure that you are mindful of your assets. And of course, the older you get, it becomes more and more important because your assets really do become your security. And so it's important, even with new beginnings, even with new starts, that there be clarity. Because the kind of relationship you're talking about here is not all, gardens and roses. It's real. It's about ups and downs. It's about finding that compromise. It's about coming to meet in the middle and knowing that you're building something strong and real. All right. And let's look at the purple. All right, here we go. We have the Nine of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands, the Ten of Wands, and the Six of Pentacles. Now, this is kind of an interesting grouping of cards. So the Seven of Wands is often about sometimes taking the high road or being in having the high ground in a situation. It can also, however, represent being defensive, feeling the need to defend yourself or protect yourself. The Ten of Wands is about not giving up. It is about the light at the end of the tunnel. It is about recognizing that you have been on a long and hard journey, Perhaps you are weary. Perhaps you are just feeling overburdened and exhausted. But you, with the power of the Seven of Wands, have the ability to get past it, to overcome the exhaustion and the challenges. But what's really interesting is what's bracketing these two cards. So you have the Nine of Pentacles. And, that's about financial security. It's about financial success. It is about, very often, it represents a female energy that has worked hard and built her own, not only security, but her own life, her own lifestyle. She has the things she wants in her life, and she's comfortable with her life. Now, the Six of Pentacles is interesting because, very often we think of the Six of Pentacles sort of as a charity card. It's not always. Let's look at this Six of Pentacles as a card representing successful gain. Let's look at this Six of Pentacles as sharing wealth or bounty. Maybe this is a gift. Maybe you have accumulated what you need and want, and you're now ready to share it. Maybe you have, everything to cover your needs and some to spare, and you're able to help somebody else out. Maybe you're thinking about giving a gift. Maybe you are receiving one. So whatever is going on in the middle here, it's certainly connected to finances, money, possessions, assets. Remember that you have the high ground. And know that if this has been difficult, if this has been, a struggle, you're almost at the end. This can also very easily represent the settling of an estate. It could represent a significant and major purchase that has, had a long and winding path. Perhaps you're moving. Perhaps you're selling property. Perhaps you're buying new property. Those are not things that happen in a finger snap. It's a process. But overall, the energy of this really is a matter of don't give up. Ultimately, you are going to come through this even if you have to defend yourself or explain your position or your rationale or your reasoning. And when it's all said and done, there will be successful gains, perhaps a gift, or perhaps you're ready to share something. But you're going to be mindful that you will keep your asset safe and secure, and that you will continue to live as you choose and as you wish. Some of the wisest words I think I ever heard when it came to abundance was that if you have enough for today, you're abundant. That is abundance. And if you can stay in that mindset that each and every day I have everything I need and therefore I am abundant, you then are able to attract and keep on attracting that ongoing abundance. Because you're not worrying about tomorrow. Because you're only concerned about today. And tomorrow is today. And you're going to have another day of recognizing your abundance. Recognizing that sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's hard work. But there's always going to be enough. Thank you so very, very much for being here. I hope you all have an amazing week ahead. And I look forward to seeing you once again next week. Bye-bye for now.